a stubborn reminder, one perfect night's not enough. It's just a constant headache, a desire on you. They try to make you regret it. You tell, no, not this time. It's just a constant headache, a dead bad advice. You hang me up, unfinished with the better part of me all on your mind. I can't deny you're the reason that I cried every night, and I don't know why, but you never found your way out of my mind. Participating in your games, something that'll never make. Proud to be the one that you turn to. Pushing, pulling in and out, so you always left me filled with doubt. But I can't say that I didn't
Yo.
love you. 'Cause have you lied?
Good. I'm watching episode 1 of Mother Based. I think it's crazy that you had 40 minutes of stream is starting soon.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch all the lead time. Yeah, totally.
So part of the experience.
Yeah, it's minimal.
Yeah, totally. I guess I'm gonna wait like 5 more minutes and then actually start playing this game.
Okay,
Yep.
epic.
Yeah, really.
Wait. I guess I should read the Discord because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Are you playing what's it called? The thing you're talking about in Helipad people are talking about?
I think so. I'm playing Harvester.
Oh, okay, no. Somebody's talking about Cruelty Squad.
No, we're gonna play that sooner or later. I think I think Pin Worldwide wants to do that, and I'm going
Okay,
to
cool.
allow them to take the lead on that.
What is Harvester?
It is this horror video game from the mid-90s. It's just like a very kind of idiosyncratic game where like it's like a kind of like a Twin Peaks knockoff. Like it's about like a town where like weird things happen. I haven't actually played it before, but it seems to have like a very like strange and dumb sense of humor. There's probably like a lot of jokes that have aged really poorly that just sort of seem to be like in jokes for like the developers, like about how like firefighters are all gay and stuff like that. But you know, I've been wanting to play this game for like a while. I have like a loose understanding of what it's about, but it's going to be kind of like a new experience for me and the people watching at home.
Excellent.
Yep.
Can I stream?
Oh, hi,
I wasn't born.
Can I fart on stream?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Farting is not allowed on stream. Unless you save it. You have to save it.
I might have to piss first, I'm gonna be honest.
Go for it.
You have to save it. Combine harvester, forage harvester, harvester of forestry, international harvester, harvester web, bioinformatic harvester, harvester band, harvester American band, the harvesters band. There's a lot of different things called harvester.
Yeah, there's a book by John Darnielle called Universal Harvester that is not bad from what I remember.
Have you read that?
I have, yeah. It's been a while though, like a couple years.
And it doesn't have anything to do with this.
No, I guess like the link would be that they both take place in like rural environments where people use harvesters a lot.
That's good.
Yeah. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm gonna go drink the rest of my sister's whiskey real quick.
Good.
All right.
Damn it. I need to hold in this goddamn fart until you come back.
I really think you should let it out. It's bad for your digestion, you know.
I'm gonna wait until this fucking anime snake is gonna come back. Snake, are you there? Snake? Snake!
Lovely.
Get it?
Yeah.
Do you get that dog fart?
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ensign, you're not a dog fart. You're Ensign Morituri. Do you want to see something funny, bro?
Yeah, show me.
Never mind.
Okay. I'll pretend I saw it and that was really hilarious.
All right, I'm back.
You missed something that was really funny.
What was it? Did you on fart on
No,
stream?
I am.
No.
I am about to shit myself, or I was about to shit myself.
Yeah.
But you made it out.
Cool. I guess I'm gonna get started. I have to like launch this game in like a really janky way because it's just like a port of like an old game, and it's like it's based. They didn't really like seem to like modify like the original game at all. So like when you launch it, it just kind of like starts. And so I have to do this like sort of janky maneuver to like start it, but have it so that I can like move between windows. Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the first episode of Snake Chan's House of Horrors. We're playing Harvester. Here we go.
Where's Dog Fart? We need him. I can't see the screen, so I'm just gonna go. I'll see you later. Alright. Well, I don't know how to join your stream, so I'll see you later, bro. Have a good one. Sorry.
We'll try.
It's on YouTube Live right now.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, just look up Mother Base on YouTube.
Yeah, link in bio, bro. Or link in the Discord. Check Hellcat for announcements.
There. Someone just wrote hi, big. Damn, we already have 60 subscribers. What? No fucking way. The Christian episode got fucking 700 views.
Yeah, I got some Major League Cloudy players. So
It's all down to
Was it? Who was the one who did a review on this guy? PBG?
So true.
Very cool. Normal stuff.
Nick, what is this? What is this game about? The screen cap you sent looked wild, and I was like, I gotta check this out.
It's about a town where weird shit happens, basically.
Hi.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna adjust
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Nick, I don't know if you heard, but your voice is really quiet relative to the rest of people in the chat
Oh, is it?
when looking at the stream.
Is this better? Is that better?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Cool. Let's talk
Yeah,
to
that is better.
let's talk to my little brother.
What? Leave me alone, Steve, or I'll tell Mom on you. Mom's in the kitchen, and if you bug me, I'll call her.
Look,
So
I just...
who's gonna examine these
Do
sex
you know
toys?
me?
Wish I didn't, 'cause then you wouldn't be my brother, and I'd have your room, and all the presents at Christmas. Though I will soon enough anyway.
Such an important
'cause you're
question,
a lousy
buddy.
rat.
You're my brother?
No, duh.
Listen, I don't mean to, bug you, but I can't seem to remember anything. Will you please just tell me who you are?
Mom, Steve is bugging me.
Steve, leave Hank alone right now.
Why am I a rat? What did I do to you?
You went and got all mushy on that girl, and now you're lighting out on me. Well, if that's the way you're gonna be, then you can drop dead.
What do you mean I'm lighting out on you?
First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Steve in a baby carriage.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mom, Steve said hell.
Young man, don't you dare use that kind of language in this house.
How'd you like that? Yeah, well, you're in trouble. And you better not forget to take out the paper this morning. Don't try to weasel out of it. You know this is your week to put the paper out in the morning. If you forget again, I wouldn't want to be you when Jimmy catches up to you. Don't try to weasel out of it.
Oh,
You
cool.
know
I can
this
just
is
keep
your week to put the
selecting the
paper out
same
in the
thing over
morning.
and over again.
If you forget again, I wouldn't want to be you when Jimmy catches up to you.
But wait, for people in the chat, I think it might be a little bit easier to follow, to like have a conversation if I actually like share my screen. So y'all aren't, so there is like less of a lag for y'all. You might want to like.
I think that's a
mute it.
really good idea.
Yeah. There we go. Cool. All right. So everybody on like Discord, you should just be able to see like what's happening with like less of like a delay.
Good. Finally. Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning? Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be Jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers? Whoa, that's great. Maybe we could trade.
What could you give me?
You know Miss Whaley and Principal Harold down at the school? Well, I found out they're messing around with each other in the broom closet. I can tell you when they meet and trade you some keys that'll let you catch them red-handed. What do you say? Before I give away the keys, let me see those sneakers.
First the keys, then the sneakers.
Nuh-uh. If you're trying to pull a fast one on me,
Yo,
you
Lolly.
don't get the keys
What's
till I
up?
see the sneakers.
Yo,
And that's
Lolly.
that.
Yeah.
See you later, alligator.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jackie. Can you hear me?
Hear you.
This is a pretty horny game.
I'm going back inside.
Yo. It's just showing the intro screen. It's not showing gameplay.
What?
You should know.
What the fuck? Hold on 1 second. Alright, is that better?
Yeah, let the delay hit.
Let me see.
Yeah, now it's up.
Yeah. Cool.
Great. Cool, thank you everybody. How is audio? Fuck. A lot of fire extinguishers in
It
this
sounds
house.
fun.
Go talk to my mom. Wow.
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's
They look a
plenty of
little
rejects
dark.
in the trash.
Who are you?
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your
What game is
joshing, won't
this?
you? Honestly, Steve, I thought
It's a
you'd grow up a
harvester.
little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Can
Which
you
I
eat those
pick?
cookies? Cookies.
Cookies.
The bake sale
I
is
think they're
on
gonna be really
Friday,
bad.
and yet you're baking the
They
cookies
look
now.
brown.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
But they'll be stale by then.
That's why I'm throwing them away.
And then cooking more?
To replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay to eat stale cookies out of the garbage can.
But
I
you
would.
expect me to.
Of course not, Steve.
And
I
that's
wouldn't charge
fine.
you. I'm your mother. Help yourself.
I've done this.
What charity is this
Why?
bake sale supposed to benefit?
It'll help provide a fund for bums and hobos who wander into harvest and have no
Take up the
family
baby in the
ties.
crib.
Kind of a specific target group, isn't
Take
it?
him with you.
You have to pay attention to detail when dealing with such people.
I don't know what you mean.
You will. The whole thing has been organized by the lodge.
Tell me more about this bake sale. Why is it so important?
As I told you, many unfortunates who come to harvest end up needing financial help.
Why is that the town's problem?
It's not a problem, so long as those folks are taken care of. It's the will of the lodge.
What lodge?
Harvest.
The Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest, and the most exclusive.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say since hardly anyone gets inside, but it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new Reynolds dishwasher with their patented auto dry process, TM. I've never used one, but I know I want it. Instead of sulking around the house all day, why not walk over to the lodge and apply for membership? That's wonderful, Steve. If you got into the lodge, you'd be the talk of Harvest. Harvest is a town unlike any you've ever known.
In what way?
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town and pester someone else? I'm
So,
busy.
like, what is the premise of this game?
You're a guy with amnesia, and you're exploring your town. Oh, what's other? Oh shit! I can just type stuff. Damn.
Stop speaking nonsense, dear. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Alright, I'm actually gonna do the put the papers out. Bye, baby. Can I put the papers out?
Take that kid's hat.
Then what, Steve?
Yeah, I guess I'm not taking the fucking papers out. Army surplus air conditioning.
Come on, everyone knows they don't have AC in the army.
Apparently, I was reading the Wikipedia page for this game earlier, and apparently the guy that played the main character was later arrested for possession of child pornography.
So that's why the baby was there.
Yeah, totally. Let's go to the lodge.
This looks like my house.
Only initiates may enter the Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Did you say something?
I did not speak.
Are you trying to tell us you've been arrested for possession of child pornography?
Telepathy. But how?
Only those who seek enlightenment warrant my attention. Do you hunger for true knowledge? Forbidden knowledge, the forgotten pleasures, and pleasures as yet undiscovered.
Yeah,
But
this
such
definitely
is not
sounds
for
like
the likes of you.
child pornography.
Not yet. You must first fill out an application to be considered for initiation into the mysteries. Members of the Order are privy to many hidden truths.
Such as?
They know what the trees whisper to the wind to make it howl. They know what the worm knows as it squirms in a rotting leg. They know what you've forgotten.
Yeah,
You're
fuck
wrong.
Yeah, I
Have
guess I
you
just gotta start
obtained
over.
an application from the postmaster?
Not yet.
If you would find knowledge, you must seek it from the first realization of the wanting. Whether you do or not matters little to me. Many are called, but few chosen.
Is that Peppa's guy? Yeah. I guess I'll go to the post office then. Examine the woman.
Yes?
I need some help. Mr.
Postmaster Boyle, what can I do for you today? Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications right now.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well,
Hey, he
I
looks
do
pissed
have
off.
the master, but
He
you
does.
can't write on that. And I only make copies once a month, on the button, regular as clockwork. It's not the effort, son. It's the principle. We must adhere to our standards. They're all that stand between civilization and chaos. I'm sorry, you'll just have to come back in a month, same as anyone else. And even then, I can't guarantee you'll get an application. The line is always long, and there are never enough to go around.
It's very
All the
important. that I
lodge
get in
application
quickly.
hype beasts are
That's what they
reselling
all say.
the apps.
Postmaster Boyle, I'll just die if I don't get into the lodge. I can't make an exception, young man. It just wouldn't be right.
Bye!
Next time you post, don't forget the zip code. Sorry, son, no time to talk. Neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor hell shall keep the mail from its appointed rounds.
Fuck. God damn it.
Next time you post, don't forget the zip code.
Alright, everybody, where should I go next? I got the missile base, barbershop, general store, abandoned house, Johnson residence, mortuary, cemetery. It's down here. Fire station, police station. How y'all feeling?
Is the fire station like highlighted? And if so, is that because you've been there before, or is it just random?
I think it just has like an especially bright roof for no reason. But we could go there if you want.
I mean, fuck it. Fuck it. Who's gonna stop us? Man?
Yeah, let's fucking go. Let's examine the fence. Wow, beautiful. God bless America.
Those are my 3 favorite things.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
Okay. Let's go inside.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up. There you go, Spot. So, Steve, bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department. Don't be silly. Everyone thinks this amnesia kick is a scream. Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, it's my job to keep abreast of developments in the community, to better serve you, the public. I'm sure you'll be thrilled when you
This guy
learn
was
the
actually a
many
9/11 first
improvements
responder.
we have planned for your fire department.
Such as...
Well, don't tell any of the others, but I've secured a bolt of the most divine mauve material. I've hidden it because, well, if any of these Marys got a hold of it, it'd be gone in a jiffy. So I'd rather keep it hush-hush. I'm going to make new drapes for the firehouse, and if I have any left, cross your fingers, I'm going to make everyone matching mauve pillow cozies.
Those are civic improvements.
Don't be such a party.
Damn, that's sick.
Art. Besides, we haven't had a fire in Harvest since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right, Spots? Art enriches the community, Steve. No less than a pulsing fire hose or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man? So what if all we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions? Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so ghost, Steve. It's beneath you.
The pedo vibes are really coming through.
Fair.
Yeah,
You
really.
wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly. Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up, and so was McKnight. If you could get into that safe in his wall... Forget it. Look, Steve, as far as I know, the fire was an accident. Let's just leave it at that. Now don't you go moving. Some people think all we do is sit around, fetching examples of manhood for our own amusement. Nothing could be further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Tetsuo Crumb for fire code violations. All the dried out paper wasp nests clustered around her wooden house, why, it's a chemlog just waiting for the right faggot. Believe me, None of us wants to see another fiasco like the Sentinel fire. Bye-bye.
Antiquated gay stereotypes are very funny.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do!
Yeah, antiquated and only by like, less than 30 years.
Yeah, this is just what people thought that like gay guys were like in like 1996 or something. Let's see if I can pet this.
They all appreciate the male nude form.
Yeah. Alright.
Being gay means you look at pretty pictures.
Yeah, being gay means that you appreciate the finer things in life. Well, time to go. You have to like find like the right spot in like the periphery with like these exterior shots to like lead. Here we go. So I guess I'm gonna go to the newspaper building next and learn more about the fire. Well, here we are. Okay, show of hands, where do we go next? Meat plant, missile base, barbershop, general store, my house, abandoned house, John's
I like
Rosens.
the abandoned house. I think that's a good idea.
Cool. Okay, so we got some wasps and we got some weeds. Oh, there's a lady in here. Oh, it's the wasp lady.
It's not often that I get visitors. I am Tetsuo Crumb. The ignorant of harvest called me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt, born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
Unbridled pleasure, you say?
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps instead of bees, I'm frowned upon by the community. Why? Well, raising bees is acceptable because they produce honey. But sometimes it's not what is produced, so much as what is performed.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? More slender, more aerodynamic than the bee, the wasp is a joy to behold. Beautiful and juicy. Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks? Well,
The drawbacks.
as you can see, the little darlings do love to sting. Another source of prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting only for a reason, for sacrifice. They have no conception of individual sensation, of pleasure. Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer. Hedonistic instead of industrial.
This game is fucking insane.
In truth, they are easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation, each painful welt, an act of love. Yes, a great
maybe you can
each painful.
maybe you can do like keyword sentinel or fire, like see what the deal is with that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic that demand sacrifice and atonement because they don't die when they sting. The wasp, they live to sting another day, and they take pleasure from it. A triviality.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, I got something. Fire.
A triviality.
Wasps.
Regard the wasp.
Okay.
Wasps produce nothing for others, but only for themselves. Wasps build nests and more wasps, nothing more. They spread into eaves and attics, not to make honey for supermarkets, but to buzz and rustle on their own paper, perpetuating their own agenda, growing stealthily, surely, the most relentless of insects.
Bye.
There he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household, huh? Huh? Oh, you'll have to ask the missus about that. Stephanie's grounded to the wedding. Can't have her changing her mind at the last minute.
All the meat?
Not with all that meat at stake. Meat is the foundation of any decent society. Everyone needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. And anyone who says otherwise is a commie. And
Hey, aren't wasps
once you're
attracted
married
to
to
meat?
Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too. And your father will give me all the meat I want. Kind of makes up for not getting into the lodge.
My dad is a meat magnate.
I haven't seen my father. He's locked in a room.
He's not going to die, is he?
Like I said, I don't know. That woman, Mom, tends to him herself.
Well, next time you see him, be sure to tell him that I said hello. And tell him that I'm praying for his speedy recovery. And also, would you remind him about the meat? especially about the meat.
Yeah, fine. If I see him.
You should be more concerned. If he dies, then who's going to take over the slaughterhouse? Who's going to tend to the meat? I guess as his son, you take over, right? I can't imagine a better job than working in a slaughterhouse. Sure, it'd be just dandy, and you can't argue with success. Everyone in Harvest gets their meat from your dad. What a grand business to go into. Oh, sure, cutting animals open may not be much fun. Reaching into their bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines dangling and slapping against you, the smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons. But once you're done, the guts have been washed into the gutters. What are you left with? Meat. Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
I haven't seen my father.
He's not...
Like a...
Well, next...
Yeah.
You should be more concerned.
Hello, Steve. Have you flossed today? Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it. What a horrible thing to say.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same kind of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potston Jr. can be counted on to do her share. Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be a drudge. It's a wife's duty to look good for her husband at all times. What's wrong with wearing pearls, for heaven's sake?
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver. Some kind of sitcom mom.
Sitcom?
Geez, you know, a situation comedy. The weird part is, I can't remember how I know that.
I'm much too busy with housework to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcoms. Stephanie doesn't watch TV, though. She's grounded. Mr. Potsdam feels there's too much at stake to allow Stephanie to run around loose.
She doesn't want to get married either, huh?
Are you saying you don't want to marry my daughter?
I don't know your daughter, Mrs. Potsdam. Why is she grounded? Afraid she'll run away before the wedding?
No! She's as delighted as we are about the wedding, every bit as delighted as we are. But she might get hit by a car, or a falling piano, or who knows what. Mr. Potsdam wants us all to be one happy family, and he doesn't want to risk anything happening at the last minute.
Honestly, that's totally reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a chance, Steve. Mr. Potsdam wouldn't like it. If you'd like to see her, it's fine with me. Go upstairs and turn right. Now, excuse me. I'm trying to get ready for the bake sale.
This charity bake sale. What is it supposed to benefit?
Oh, I just like talking about gruesome subjects. When you get right down to it, all charity is pretty ugly, isn't it?
I don't follow.
Ask Mr. Moynihan. He's organized this event. In conjunction with the lodge, naturally. Mr. Moynihan runs the Wayward Hotel and the Shady Oaks Funeral Parlor. It's rumored he has connections with the lodge, but the order keeps that kind of thing secret. So Mr. Potsdam has tried to get him to put in a good word for his lodge application, but so far...
Which one?
I think Mr. Potsdam, because we want to understand why he's getting rejected.
You hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down. He has a new application in, though, so keep your fingers crossed. If he joins the lodge,
you and Stephanie can have your wedding in the Chapel of Love rather than over at Moynihan's place.
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it's set for 3 weeks. We're holding it over at Shady Oaks, Mr. Moynihan's funeral parlor.
Say what?
Now, I know it's not a very romantic place, but there's nowhere else to hold it, thanks to Mr. Potsdam.
What the hell did he do?
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve.
Bye.
Give my regards to your parents.
If it isn't my favorite son-in-law, what brings you here again?
The application.
Stop mumbling, Steve. I can't understand you at all.
Why are you so anxious to get into the lodge?
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there than they know what to do with. Now that you're of age, Steve, you might go down to the post office and fill out a lodge application. They're always looking for new blood.
Peace.
I think we can all relate.
Operate that one more time.
Yeah.
Awooga.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Haven't you heard? We're getting married.
So, you're the one. Steve, isn't it?
You mean you don't know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times
Meant
do I
to
have
be.
to say it?
Just one, Stephanie, because I
It's
can't
literally
remember a
true,
damn
love.
thing either.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was just me.
You're not alone. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding.
Here, this is most important.
Maybe my
thing right
amnesia
now.
isn't total after all. You're familiar to me. Like we've met before. In another life.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together and the same thing happened to both of us. An accident. Something.
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
Have you been able to remember anything else? Anything at all?
Well, I have had these recurring dreams. Just for strange, abstract images.
She's a contemporary sculptor.
Liquid, chrome.
Probably just a dream.
Well, have you thought about how to escape Harvest?
Escape?
Harvest is a prison, Steve. Don't forget that. Of course I'm right. Maybe my amnesia isn't total after all. You're familiar to me. Like we've met before. In another life.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together, and the same thing happened to both of us. An accident. Something.
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
Have you been able to remember anything else? Anything at all?
Well, I have had...
Probably just a dream.
Well, have you thought about how to escape Harvest? The wedding is only 3 weeks away. Not much time to get to know each other, is it? Thanks. But I wouldn't marry anyone with things, you know, as they are.
Yeah, well, they can't force us to go through with it. If it comes down to it, we just won't take the vows.
I don't think anything in Harvest is that simple. Too many people are determined that we get hitched.
Why?
Potsdam wants the meat your father promised him. Your parents want to force you to settle down. Mrs. Potsdam wants to have the wedding in the lodge. Me? I just want to escape.
Oh, gotta go.
Come back and visit me soon, okay?
So I want to go to the meat place and, yeah, whatever that's called. And I want to go to the funeral parlor. I'm glad my makeup looks good. Oh, it's the full line. Got the kitty. Whoa.
Steve, how's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away from work for weeks, and when I call your house, your mother won't let me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say, though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
What's with all the cats? This a slaughterhouse or a kennel?
Oh, them? They eat the scraps, that's all.
Yeah, but look at them. Isn't there some kind of health department that keeps tabs on these things?
Are you going to work at the health department, Steve? Or here? Maybe I get sick of do-gooder busybodies sucking around here all the time. A man's up to his elbows in guts all day, every day. What more do they want from him? You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach. A lot of times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher. Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it?
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia.
Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
You sure are acting like a kidder, son. With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving like an adult. Especially if you're gonna take over the family business. You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach. A lot of times when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of, I must confess but red meat is one of them. Then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher. Of course, Amnesia would... What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know. I can't get in to see him. Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat, only the juiciest cuts. Once you take over the business, you'll realize the importance of maintaining quality while cutting costs. We know what we're doing here, Steve. If we didn't, would the lodge use us to cater their affairs? Your father's very particular about the profit, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat. Don't be such a stranger, Steve, and my best to your dad.
Alright, I'm ready to see my dad.
You think you'll get in?
Gotta try.
Leave me alone, will ya? This is the good part. Say what? Good.
I told you I'm busy, Steve. Why don't you talk to Hank or go next door and visit Stephanie or go get an early start on your new job?
Well.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Look, all this talk about weddings is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody till I figure out what's going on here.
First the heartbreak of psoriasis, and now this. 2 weeks before the wedding and you're backing out. Whatever will the neighbors think?
I can't marry someone I don't even know.
Fine, have it your way, but leave me out of it. If you're going to break Stephanie's heart, you march right next door and do it yourself. And don't expect me to write you a note.
Fiancé? This is insane!
Oh, you're not having second thoughts about marrying Stephanie? Is that what this silliness is all about? Pre-wedding jitters?
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness right now and count your blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may not appreciate a hot meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty.
Oh, I see.
My father.
He's in the other room. He decided to sleep in today. Now please, let me get back to my cookies.
I tried to open the door. It was locked. And I heard him moaning. Like he was in pain.
Your father overdid it last night. Just leave him alone until I get some catgut. Have a cookie?
The bake sale is on Friday,
Never put off till...
but they'll be...
That's why...
And then...
To replace...
Why?
Well, I have to.
But you expect...
Of course not. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets. I told you I'm busy, Steve. That's right, a job. Your father has everything set up at the meat plant. After your honeymoon with Stephanie, you'll start out as a butcher in the slaughterhouse just like anybody else. Don't expect any favors just because you're the boss's son.
Work at a slaughterhouse? My memory may be shaky, but I do know I don't want to spend my life as a butcher.
You'll get used to it, Steve. Sooner or later, you'll have to.
That sounds like a threat.
Just a fact. Harvest is a small town, and if you want to be with Stephanie, you'll have to get your hands dirty. Jobs are scarce, so it's either work for your father or join the lodge if you can.
Wait, if you join the lodge, you don't have to work?
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
I would join the lodge.
Guys, go there. Have you checked it out?
Yeah. You need an application, but they're out of applications at the post office. It's just a matter of figuring out how to get one. Where should I go next? Oh yeah, I want to check out the funeral thing.
Stephen.
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan, mortician and proprietor of the Wayward Hotel.
Most people ask me why I don't remember their names.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, as one who deals with the dead, I try not to involve myself in the affairs of the living. Your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in a charity event.
What are you talking about?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. The proceeds will certainly help cover my losses. As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills. Through their sponsorship of the blood drive and the bake sale, the Lodge ensures that all our needs are met.
Needs? Such as?
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late. If you're sincerely interested in the Order, however, you should stop by the Lodge and speak with the Sergeant-at-Arms.
Why should I be interested, Mr. Moynihan?
Of all the spots in Harvest, the Lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition of everyone here to join. And join you must to attain wisdom.
What kind of wisdom?
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen. We all believe that. Whether or not you live up to your potential is up to you. It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to Harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well? My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them. This bake sale is a joint effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon. The proceeds will be used to set up a fund for transients. In other words, bums and societal rejects without families who wander into Harvest uninvited.
Then the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
Not shelters. Graves. You see, a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me why, it's what those people do. Use your common sense, Stephen, memory or no. If they were involved in setting up homeless shelters, then why would I be involved? And why would I be sustaining losses? It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people have... God knows, by putting the... As owner of the only hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who straggles into town, vacancies permitting. Thank you. As yet another pilgrim who aspires to join the Order of the Harvest Moon, I do what I can to support their agenda.
And what agenda is that?
None of your concern, young man. Unless you decide to join them.
This lodge is
It's been a
looking pretty
pleasure,
sus.
but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
High key sus. We should go back there, I guess. See if I can get in.
Yeah, I think so.
Have you obtained an application from the postmaster?
No, Not yet. Out.
If you would find knowledge, you must seek it from the first realization of the wanting. Whether you do or not matters little to me. Many are called, but few chosen.
Well, that didn't accomplish much. I think I'm going to sign off for the night. But thank you to everybody that tuned in. I hope this was watchable. I'll do one of these probably sometime next week, I guess.
Thanks, Lolid.
Anytime.
Thank you. Peace out.
Thank you for viewing.
Peace out, bro.
See ya.